This season is geared toward those who have been Christians for a while, those who have been Christians for a little bit of time. This season is for people who want more than just going to church on Sunday and serving or not serving, and life feels crazy. Even though you trust in Jesus, things just feel a little off. There feels like there should be more. It feels like there should be more. And so this season is for you. And episode 1 starts with the Father, because everything starts with the Father. So if you feel you are a person who is going to church in a small group, you're serving, you love Jesus, but it feels like it's not enough, I want to invite you into this season and to take this step by step every single week to join us on this journey to go deeper in our relationships with the Father. Welcome to Shifts and Giggles, Season 2. What if I told you the God you think is distant is actually the most present, pursuing, and personal being in your life? Would you believe me? In Luke chapter 15, Jesus tells the story of the prodigal son. And in this story, there's a father who has land, massive house, tons of money, and he has an inheritance for both of his sons. The younger son says, I want to go and spend my money. I would love to have my inheritance right now, and I want to go and spend this money. I want to have a good time. And the father says, okay, here you go. And he gives him his money, and the son goes and he parties and he drinks and he sleeps around and he's buying people food and he is living it up, having the best time of his life. And eventually the money runs out. And when the money runs out, he also essentially he becomes homeless. And because he has no money, he finds himself at one point eating pig slop with pigs in a pig pen. And he has this realization where he thinks, here I am, no money, no place to live. I'm eating pig slop. I'm living in a pig pen. My father has more than enough that his servants eat well. Maybe I can just go back and be a servant. That's all I need, because I know that they are taken care of well, a lot more than I am right now. And so he heads back home, and the father, it says that the father saw the son from afar off, and he runs to his son and he hugs his son, and he begins to celebrate that his son has returned. He says, get him a new robe, get him a ring, get him some new shoes, take the fattened calf, kill it, roast it, let's celebrate because my son is home. The older son who stayed feels this type of way. The older son who stayed is not happy about this, and he lets his father know, Dad, I never left. And here you are celebrating the kid who went everything and wasted your money. I never left, and I've never gotten a celebration like this. And the father says, son, all that I have is yours. All of this. There was never a question. I'm not celebrating him because he's better than you. I'm celebrating because I love him. And this celebration is just as much yours as it is his. And Jesus uses this story to explain to us the heart of the Father. And so again, this season is about us building better relationships with the Father, because that's all he wants, is a high quality relationship with us. But if we look at the Father in any other way than for who he is, we can never get the fullness of the relationship with him if we don't see him for who he is. So in this story, the Father is waiting for the Son to come back. It says he saw him while he was still far off. And so the Father wants to be in relationship with us. He gives, he restores, he takes on shame, and he protects. This is what the Father is like. And how we view the Father shapes the relationship that we have with him. Whether we think he is distant or close, whether we can feel this togetherness or we feel that he's cold or mean or warm and inviting, all of these things depend on how we view the Father. And today I want to just reframe how we view the Father. So many scriptures, all through 1 John chapter 4, God is love. If you abide in love, you abide in the Father. So much. God is love. Romans 5, he loved us while we were yet sinners. He loved us. These are things that we quote. These are things that we know. But do we know what that actually means when we say that God is love? Do we know what that actually means when we say God loves us? And I would dare say that we don't know what that means because of how we live our lives. And so first and foremost, I want to give a definition of this word love. It means to regard with favor, to regard with goodwill and benevolence, to regard with strong affection. When God thinks about us, when the Father thinks about us, he thinks about us with favor and goodwill and benevolence. Friendly, helpful, or cooperative thoughts. He is disposed to doing good. He is compassionate, kind, sympathetic. All of these things equal love. So when we say that God loves us, we are saying that God is compassionate to us. God is kind to us. God is sympathetic to us. God has friendly, helpful, and cooperative thoughts for us. That's crazy to think about. That God himself, the creator of the universe, legitimately has nothing but friendly, helpful, and cooperative thoughts towards me. We'll get into holiness and sin and paying the price and tests and all of those things. We'll get into that this season. But if we don't understand that God is all of these things, how we view the rest of it changes how we live our lives. We stay in guilt cycles. We stay in shame cycles, not realizing that the Father legitimately does not want any of that for us. Kind, friendly, helpful, cooperative thoughts, goodwill and benevolence, favor, compassionate, sympathetic. These are all the things that describe the Father and who he is first and foremost. Every single thing that comes from him comes from this love. Every single thought that he has, everything he puts into action, everything that he thinks about us comes from this love. Favor, goodwill, benevolence, strong affection, friendly, helpful, cooperative thoughts, disposed to doing good, compassionate, kind, and sympathetic. Again, John 3:16 says, God so loved the world that he gave his only son. He gave his only son because of his goodwill, because of his disposition to do good, because he is compassionate and kind and sympathetic, because he has friendly, helpful, and cooperative thoughts for us. He gave. And that is overwhelming to think about how much he loves us. That is huge. It's my favorite thing in the entirety of the Bible that God loves us. If this is my starting point, if this is the starting point that the Father loves me, then there are so many other things that I do, and there are a lot of things that I don't do. There's a lot of things that I will think, and there's so many things that I will not think ever again. This love is real love. All of it. It's not manipulation. It's not a harshness. It's just love. He's not trying to convince us to do things. He's not trying to coerce us into doing things. He's not manipulating us into doing things. It's just raw love. And as humans, we've taken the love that we've gotten from other people and we attribute that type of love to God the Father. And that's where things get messed up. Or we start with holiness or sin or all of these things. And that's where, we start with all these things, and that's where we miss the love. Again, we'll get into holiness, we'll get into sin, we'll get into why Jesus came. But if we do not understand that first and foremost, the Father wants relationship with us, then we're going to miss the boat every time. We're going to feel like something's missing because what is missing is him. He's what's missing. He is what's missing. So every single day when I wake up and I remind myself of this love, I live differently. I live differently because of this love that the Father has for me. There have been tons of study that have talked about how the safest children are loud, rambunctious, they ask questions, they take up space, they just are themselves. They are fully themselves. And being children of God, that is a question that I love asking. Am I being myself fully in my relationship with the Father? Am I safe in this relationship with him? Do I trust that the love that he has for me is everything he says it is? Because if I do, I live differently. And if I don't, then I will stay stuck. And so that is the question that I present to you. Are you safe in this relationship? Do you trust this love? Do you see how much more it is than just he loves us? It's so much more than just the idea of love. This goodwill, this benevolence, this favor, the friendly and helpful thoughts, the compassion, the kindness, the sympathy. Do I feel at peace in this relationship? Do you view the Father this way? How do you view the Father? How do you want to view the Father? And what's stopping you from doing that? Every episode this season is going to have a free download because I fully believe that these episodes are stepping stones into a better relationship with the Father. So if you're listening to this episode and you want to take the next step, by all means, please click the link and download the freebie. Answer these questions. Check in with yourself. Check in with him. It'll have the definition of love, who God is, how we should view him. And let's take these steps to change our lives with the Father. Remember, shift happens on purpose. We'll see y'all next week.